Hey guys, so the full Ungoro expansion has been revealed. All the images are now on their Facebook page, so you can go check them out there. I've gone through them all and I've picked my top 5 cards I'm most interested in playing. I do play Wild and Standard, but I thought, you know what, not many people will be talking about the synergies or the combinations that you can do in Wild. So we'll go through mainly the fun combos we can do in the Wild. First off, we're going to look at a card that was revealed today by Crip. It's Spirit Inga Umbra. Now, it's a 4-mana 3/4. I put this in a league with Bran and Fandral. It's one of those cards that needs instant removal, to the point where you have to use if you have to use inefficient removal, like a fireball on this, then it's got to be done. So the deck I'm envisioning this in, I've got listed there my Wild Legend deck, which is a N'Zoth Death Rattle Ramp Druid. It's a mouthful. I'm going to slot this card into the 4-drop slot. I might take out a Pile to Shredder. But yeah, the synergy with this deck, even if you just play it with an Innovate, with maybe Dr. Boom, Sylvanas is an obvious one, you're going to get instant value out of that. It's almost like a Feign Death type of card. The dream obviously is to play Aviana Kun or Aviana Innovate Umbra and then N'Zoth, or just like a Sneeds or a Dr. Boom, a big death rattle, or a couple of big death rattles you just instantly get value out of. Because this thing triggers on summon, so it also works at Barnes. So if you ran this deck in Paladin, or if you ran it in Hunter and you pulled out like a Highmane, or let's just say Tyrion, you'd instantly get the weapon and you'd instantly get 2/2/2s. So really interesting synergies there. Let's just take a look at a clip. So this is a game that we played in High Legend a couple of days ago with the current iteration of the deck. We'll give this a bit of a play. So this happens quite often against decks that are a little bit slower and mid-rangey. You get the Aviana into Kun. In this example, we got a few big death rattles played on that turn, so you can imagine this with Umbra. The insanity that turn would be, you'd have a legendary minion from the Sneeds, you'd have a card draw from Falnos, and then a 1/2 body from the Belcher. And believe it or not, that does happen quite a bit when you play in these high legend games. So that card's going to fit right into that deck. It's going to fit into decks like Feign Death Hunter. It's the police outside. It's going to fit into decks like Feign Death Hunter. You can play that on curve. You can, again, hold on to it a little bit longer. The deck list I run for Feign Death Hunter, I run 2 Feign Deaths, and obviously you can cut out 1 Feign Death for this card. So it's going to be really interesting. I like the design. It reminds me of Bran, where you have to instantly remove that card. Oh, one thing I did want to mention about Umbra is I'm not too sure how it works with Battlecry cards like Raptor, Unearth Raptor, and Moat Lurker. I'm not too sure how it functions there, because I believe the Battlecry triggers before the minion is played. So I don't know if I were to play Raptor, say, on a Nerubian Egg, if the Raptor would then become a Death Rattle minion, or class as Death Rattle minion. That will take, that's a bit of experimenting we can do when that card drops. So the next card I wanted to go through, which I think relates a bit to Cro-Magus, because they can do some crazy stuff with this in Wild, is the I was shocked when I saw this, and that card is Jungle Giants. So this quest is summon 5 minions with 5 attack or more, and the reward is Barnabas. And that I don't have an image of Barnabas yet, but it's a 5-mana 8/8, and its text is all your minions in the deck cost 0. I don't know if that affects the hand as well. So if you have big minions in your hand, I'm not too sure, but it says all minions now cost 0. I'll have to confirm that. But you can pull off some crazy things with Cro-Magus in a deck like this. Anything that just generates value is going to be awesome. So I've put together a deck list here for a Ramp Druid. There's 26 cards in this, so obviously one goes to the quest. And I was thinking of putting two shell shifters in there, which are, you can play defensively or offensively for the quest. Shell shifter, if you haven't seen it yet, is choose one. It's choose a 5/3 with stealth or choose a 3/5 with taunt. So that's a card I think is quite flexible, fits the 4-drop slot, and it could be quite powerful in getting your quest out early on. But if you take a look, you got the old classics there. You got Dr. Boom, Cro-Magus, Kel'Thuzad. Can you imagine? Kel'Thuzad, 0 mana. Archfiefra Fram, 0 mana. That means you can instantly play the 10 mana spell on a minion that's already in play. Crazy. It's bonkers. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. It's going to generate some quite funny clips, I imagine. The combo aspect of this now is pretty insane. Minions costing 0. You could do the old Knife Juggler and Ancient Brewmaster trick quite easily, which actually, Ancient Brewmaster is not too bad because it's a 5/4. So that's quite good. I don't know if it'll be completely competitive, but in Wild with Cro-Magus and these cards on the right hand side there, it's insane. So the next card on the list, Gazlowe should be a little bit of a clue. Again, it's going to be for a Wild combo. This is just generally a fun combo with a lot of value included. It's Explore Ungoro, which is a warrior epic 2-mana spell. It replaces your deck with copies of a Discover card. Blizzard confirmed that the Discover card will be a 1-mana spell, same as Raven Idol, and then you discover. I'm guessing it'll have the same functionality. It might be a mixture of spells and of minions. But this will work with Gazlowe because it says replace your deck with copies of Discover cards, not your hand. So if you get Gazlowe in hand, you can then play this card. And then you can drop Gazlowe down and then generate 4 mechs whilst discovering other cards. So strictly fun, kind of comparable to Renounced Darkness, but it's better than Renounced Darkness because I think Discovery, choosing the card rather than getting 1 mana reduction is probably better. But yeah, look out for this one. Basically, you want to make a standard control warrior with a copy of Explore in it and Gazlowe. And then it comes to a point in the game where you just think, screw it. And then, yeah, you just play this card. So next card on the list, I chose Lyra the Trailblazer. Similar to... It's like a better version of Prince Malchezaar. Because Prince Malchezaar shuffles them into your deck. What this does is shuffles a single pack. So like the map, it shuffles a single pack into your deck, which is a 2-mana spell. As soon as you activate that spell, once you draw it, 5 cards randomly unpack into your hand. So you can see instantly what you've got, and then they're instantly playable from hand. It can include cards from other classes, which makes it quite unique. So you could get a warrior legendary. I don't know if you can get a quest from this, which I imagine you could, because quests are openable. They're in packs, so I imagine you can get a quest from this. I don't know how good that is. We'd have to test and get confirmation of that. But yeah, just an overall, again, fun card. I don't think it's very competitive. It doesn't really save you from fatigue in like a control matchup. But generally, it's a lot of value there. Blizzard have confirmed that you're likely to receive. It's a high chance that you'll receive a legendary from one of these Ungoro packs, and I think you're guaranteed an epic and a rare. I believe that's correct. But yeah, keep an eye out for this one. Really fun card, and I'll probably include this in a lot of decks just for the fun aspect. Last but not least is Lyra the Sun Shard. This is a priest legendary, 5 mana, 3/5. Whenever you cast a spell, add a random priest spell to your hand. So this is really interesting. I think the stat line's correct. I think making this a 4/5 would be a little bit too powerful. There's the new priest card, Radiant Element. Even if you have 1 Radiant Element on the board and you play Sun Shard with Powered Shield or just one cost spells, you could potentially cycle out a lot. and getting a lot of value from this card. So I think it's really good. Stat line's the stat line for what it does, I think, is fair. A 3/5. Same as Fandral, but obviously 1 extra mana. I think it'll see play maybe in some kind of combo decks. Yeah, maybe some kind of priest combo decks if someone manages to make a deck list for it. I'll definitely be checking that out. Or you just get some kind of high value cards like Death, Pain, Free from Amber, which is a new priest card that looks really good, which is a discover a minion that costs 8 or more and summon it. I'm really looking forward to that one as well. So I'm really excited for Journey to Ungoro. I think Blizzard did a really good job with this expansion. There's so many new mechanics that they've shown. In my opinion, it's much better than the Gadgetzan expansion. This has got a lot more variation to it. They're not really shoehorning you into playing a specific type of deck either. You don't have to play the quests. They've even mentioned themselves that the quests are quite high risk. So I don't think the quests will be that competitive. But they'll be a hell of a lot of fun to pull off. Prediction-wise, I think Hunter is going to be dominant. Hunter will be tier 1, which I had suspicions that it would be when the first half of the expansion got shown. I don't think Jade's going to be a problem. But with decks like Hunter, which look quite fast and powerful, I don't think Jade's going to have I don't think Jade Druid's going to have enough time against those decks to basically get their value out. And then lastly, I think we're all going to fucking hate Warlocks. The Warlock discard cards look bonkers. I just think Warlock's going to be tier 1 and everyone's going to hate it. Even the quest, I think the Warlock quest is probably the one that is most viable out of all the showing quests. But I think as far as like viability goes, I think Warlock got the best one, especially with all the synergy and cards that they've got to go along with it. And I think Warlock is going to be hated, closely followed by Hunter. But that's just what I can see from standard wise. But yeah, I'm gonna pre-order it now because I haven't pre-ordered yet. So I'll see you guys on stream soon.